Hey everyone, today we're talking about the kingdom of Pontus, an ancient kingdom that mixed Greek, Persian, and Anatolian cultures. It was founded by Mithridates in 281 BC and lasted until 63 BC, when the Romans took over. But what made Pontus so special, and why was it such a big deal in the ancient world? Let's get into it. Pontus was in what is now Turkey, and its early rulers claimed to be descendants of the Persian Achaemenid dynasty. The kingdom was at its strongest under Mithridates VI, also called Mithridates the Great. He expanded Pontus by taking over places like Colchis, Cappadocia, and Bithynia. He even fought Rome in a series of battles called the Mithridatic Wars. But in the end, Rome was too powerful, and Pontus lost its independence. One of the coolest things about Pontus was its mix of cultures. The cities along the coast were mostly Greek, while the inland areas kept Persian and Anatolian traditions. By the 3rd century BC, Greek was the official language, but Persian and local languages were still spoken in the countryside. This combination of cultures influenced everything from religion to government, making Pontus a unique kingdom. Pontus had two main areas: the coastal cities along the Black Sea and the mountainous inland region. The coastal cities, like Sinope, which became the capital, were Greek and focused on trade, fishing, and shipbuilding. These cities also had valuable resources like iron and silver, which were mined near the coast. The inland areas had fertile valleys, small villages, and powerful temples that owned large amounts of land. The people living there, including the Cappadocians and Paphlagonians, followed traditions from the old Persian Empire. Pontus was full of natural resources. The Black Sea coast had plenty of timber, olives, and fish, while the inland regions were rich in metals like copper, lead, and zinc. It was also known for its high-quality steel, called Chalabian steel, which was famous in the ancient world. The fertile land was perfect for farming, growing millet and fruit trees like cherries, apples, and pears. Fun fact, the word cherry might actually come from the Pontic city of Sarasis. Religion in Pontus reflected its cultural mix. The kings connected themselves with the Persian god Ahura Mazda, who was linked to the Greek god Zeus. Other important gods included the moon god Menfarnaku and the mother goddess Ma, who was similar to Cybele. Sun gods were also important, and the Persian god Mithras was a major figure. In fact, many of the Pontic kings were named Mithridates, which means given by Mithras. The rulers of Pontus came from the Mithridatic dynasty, which originally controlled the Greek city of Cius. The first known ruler was Mithridates of Cius, and his descendants expanded their power through war and alliances. One of the most dramatic moments in Pontic history was when Mithridates Ites, the founder, escaped assassination and fled east with just a few horsemen. He later built Pontus into a strong, independent kingdom. Mithridates I and his successors worked hard to expand their kingdom. One of them, Pharnaces I, took control of important coastal cities, including Sinope, in 182 BC. The Rhodians complained to Rome about it, but nothing was done. Over time, Pontus gained control over key Black Sea ports, which helped grow its trade and military strength. But tensions with nearby kingdoms like Pergamon and Cappadocia led to many conflicts. Pharnaces' brother, Mithridates IV, chose a more peaceful approach, working with Rome and sending military support when needed. His son, Mithridates V, continued this strategy and even helped Rome in the Third Punic War. However, despite being Rome's ally, he was assassinated in Sinope. This left his two young sons, Mithridates V and Mithridates Crestus, in a dangerous situation. This led to the rise of one of the most legendary figures in Pontic history, Mithridates V, also known as Mithridates the Great. As a child, he had to escape because of palace politics, but he later returned, took control of the kingdom, and overthrew his rivals. According to legend, while he was in hiding, he traveled across Asia Minor, learned many languages, and even developed a resistance to poison, something that would become a famous part of his story. and Mithridates VI had spent years fighting against Rome, causing chaos across the region. But in the end, things didn't go his way. He fled to Crimea, thinking he would be safe, but his own son, Pharnaces, betrayed him. With no friends or resources left, Mithridates felt trapped. He had spent years taking tiny amounts of poison to build immunity, but when he tried to use it to end his life, it didn't work. In the end, he had to ask one of his soldiers to kill him. With his death, Rome no longer had a strong enemy in the east. Rome quickly took control of his lands. They added western Pontus to their province of Bithynia at Pontus, while the inner regions became client kingdoms, meaning they were under Roman rule but still had local leaders. Colchis, an important trading hub, also became a client state. Pharnaces, now ruling the Bosporan kingdom, decided to cooperate with Rome to keep his position, even though he had to follow their rules. But Pharnaces wasn't happy being under Roman control for long. When Julius Caesar and Pompey started fighting a civil war, he saw an opportunity to reclaim his father's kingdom. He moved quickly, conquering Colchis, Lesser Armenia, Pontus, and Cappadocia. He even defeated a Roman army at Nicopolis. But his luck didn't last. Caesar, always quick to act, marched into Asia Minor and crushed Pharnaces at the Battle of Zela in 47 BC. The battle was so fast and decisive that Caesar famously said, "Veni, vidi, vici, I came, I saw, I conquered." That was the end of any real attempt to bring back Mithridates' kingdom. For a while, Pontic kings still ruled under Roman supervision. But in AD 62, Emperor Nero forced the last Pontic king, Palameon, to step down. After that, Pontus became a full part of the Roman Empire. The once powerful kingdom was now just a memory. Even though Mithridates lost, people never forgot him. He was remembered as a smart leader, a fierce enemy of Rome, and a brave warrior. His name lived on for centuries, not just as a king, but as a symbol of resistance against a mighty empire. His legacy inspired many leaders in history. Some admired his intelligence, while others studied his battle strategies. The idea of Mithridatism, building immunity to poison over time, still carries his name. Rome may have conquered his lands, but they couldn't erase his legend. Mithridates VI of Pontus would always be remembered for his determination, ambition, and strength. And that's the story of Mithridates VI and his epic struggle against Rome. And thank you for watching, and stay tuned of upcoming videos.